Good morning from the little castle here in rural Wales. I hope you're having a lovely week. I have a few jobs to do today to set up the new stables garden, so I want to take you along with me and show you them. And also I want to show you a little mini reveal on the stables conversion. If you're new here, hello, I'm Mok and I live in a little castle in rural Wales, and over the last 6 months I've been converting my stables into a holiday let. And lots of people have said to me, tell us what's going on, give us an update. So that's what I'm going to do today. The furniture isn't there, but the builders have left for now, and I've got some of the accessories in. So I'm very excited to share the colour scheme and show you what I've been doing. Now the sun is absolutely, glorious here. It is a beautiful spring day, and I'm getting my vitamin D, as well as someone else. Chaucer, come on. Ho, ho, ho. This, hello, is my little boy Chaucer, who comes everywhere with me. So, are you ready for a little walk around our stables conversion? Come along, let's go on a little wander. So this house probably originates in the Elizabethan age, and the turret is probably a Victorian folly. Likely someone who lived in the big stately home across the paddock decided they wanted to improve something in the village and have something romantic to look at night. Because in those days, if you were a big stately homeowner, what you would do is you would invite your friends for dinner, and afterwards you would go up on the roof and you would have pudding, and you'd have a beautiful view, and the view here would be to that romantic tower. Can you imagine standing on a roof after a grand dinner and having a look over the paddock, what was then a cherry orchard, far into the distance, to see a beautiful romantic tower? I can't think of anything nicer. Well, actually I can. I can think living in that beautiful romantic tower. That is much nicer. Now, towers must have stables, so let me take you there. There's always a job to be done in a place like this, and this is the latest one. So a couple of weeks ago, this was just completely barren. I put some topsoil down and started to lay out a new planting garden. I transported the tulips from the topiary garden and I planted them here. Now they look a little bit sad, but I am reassured that they will come back to life. Those are my sweet peas that I have to plant later on, and I'm really excited to see them grow up those frames. And I had to stop planting here because actually it's pretty stony, and I've got some more topsoil arriving later today. This has yet to be finished. It's going to be a wonderful bounded path with Cotswold stone that will take you down to the stables. Oh, good Lord. I cannot wait till it all comes together. So if you go down here and imagine beautiful Cotswold stone. I'm also really pleased with what's happened here. So I've laid a new lawn, and it's turf, and that turf has taken beautifully. I've been watering it all weekend. You'll see where I've had to sow along here. That was my vegetable patch. It was rather foolish actually to make a vegetable patch here because it's under loads of trees. What was the point of that? So I'm going to make it a cut garden. I've just been trying to rescue some box over the autumn and the winter, and it seems to have done the job. Got a few potatoes from last year poking through, but they're going to go and be moved to another part of the garden. And this will become a cutting garden, so that if you come to stay, we'll be able to cut some lovely fresh flowers for you on the morning you arrive. Oh, you can see me there, hello. And then you'll be able to take some flowers home with you when you leave. So I think this is beginning to come together. I'm beginning to landscape here. I laid some lawn seed over there over the weekend as well. And here we have it, the stables, freshly renovated. Honestly, I think I would stay here. Would you? It's going to be open from June. Let me know. Come on, let's go in and I'll show you some of the accessories I bought. But before that, let me say hello again. Right, let's go in. What do you think, Chaucer? What do you think? Oh, it's rather marvellous, isn't it? So Chaucer just jumped up on me. Always covered in mud. I'm always, even when I try and look super smart, I'm always covered in mud. Doesn't matter, I still love him. Anyway, hello, welcome to the inside of the stables. You will see that there is a theme going on here, and it is green. It is my favourite colour, and it was my late mother's favourite colour as well. And I'm trying not to be too matchy-matchy, but I've got these beautiful green kettles and cookers. And over here, I found this amazing tray. You'll see I'm going for what I call wibbly wobbly. Wibbly wobbly! So there's wibbly wobbly everywhere, all over the cottage. Oh, I can see the builders are arriving. They'll be outside clearing some of the stones for later. More wibbly wobbly. I think in somewhere like this, when you come away, the detail is really important. I obviously wouldn't have a shopping bag hanging up. Bit of a rubbish bag for me at the moment. But I think having details really important, small things that make people think. I've thought about their stay. I have a really good friend, Julia, who is an interior designer, and she has said to me, imagine what it would be like to stay there. Where would someone put their toiletries? Where would someone sit to do their hair? Where will they put a plate when they want to watch some television? So I've started to think through all of those things and make sure I actually walk through what it'd be like to live here over the weekend. Now, let me show you a few more things that I think are absolutely lovely. So trying to keep things in a theme but not be too matchy-matchy. I'm really pleased with my wibbly-wobbly glasses. I've got enough, which means you don't have to wash up as you go. I've also got lots of spares in case some break, because I'm sure they will. And then over here, I'm really pleased. These are absolutely beautiful. They're almost like clamshells. Gorgeous cups. I've got some pasta bowls up there, some pudding bowls, and these plates. Look at them. Lovely. And again, all wibbly wobbly. So definitely a theme is emerging. Talking of wibbly wobbly, look. There's a wibbly wobbly mirror. And I'm in it. Chaucer, you're on me. And then going into the bedroom, I'm really happy with this room. Joe, my husband, over the weekend, built these for me. Absolutely lovely. Let me turn these lights on. Oh, that's better. You see, I think this is going to be a beautiful place to sit, to read, to sleep, and to relax. There's going to be a bed obviously in there, and then you'll be able to do your makeup there, and then finally coming in, more green, into your wonderful shower, which has got a view up to the turret in the distance. That is going to be planted as a wildflower meadow, and somewhere to put your toiletries. Absolutely. She was right. Thinking everything through. Oh, Chaucer's got the Chaucer! Got the comfiest place. Got the bed linen. It's arrived. I just love the view. Turn that off. I have noticed that people tend to leave lights on. I love this log burner. And next to it, I got a hamper for Christmas. So I kept the hamper and I filled it with logs from the garden. Absolutely wonderful. So there you go. That is the cottage. The furniture will be arriving very soon. There's going to be a table there, a marble table with some chairs, a television here, and then over here, a sofa. So that is the stable conversions, what we are going to call Little Castle Cottage. Now, I showed you, oh, spring. I showed you the area that I've been planting over the weekend. There's more work to do there, and if you like, you can come along with me and we can do some planting and some topsoil spreading together. But before we do that, let me show you the amazing log stall we built on the side of the cottage. Just at the side here, where I uncovered loads of bricks, and that is what the builders are taking out from me at the moment, we have built a log stall. And I think it would be lovely if you are able to come out and help yourself to some wood for your fire. And over here, I've made a little bit of a stumpery. I'm going to put ferns in here, and this is for some wildlife. I've already seen birds pecking away at it. Hedgehogs, all sorts of insects will live in here. And then going through here, this area used to be completely overgrown, absolutely hideous. But we've stripped it all back, started to landscape, and this will become a wildflower meadow, and it leads up to the turret in the distance and my greenhouse. But for now, I've got some work to do there, so come along with me and let's do it. Right, I am supposed to be in the garden, but something incredible just happened and I wanted to share it with you. I have had a message from one of my lovely subscribers on here, and I think that Gladys made an appearance in a previous video. Let me know what you think. So there I was, talking to you all about Gladys and the history of this little castle, and suddenly something appears on the back wall. What is it? What do you think has appeared on the back wall and left that there? I really can't work it out, and I'd love it, love it, love it if you give me your suggestions and your ideas. I mean, I had the chair move a couple of weeks ago. Now I've got this appearing on a video. Is she trying to tell me something? Let me know. What do you think? Please comment below and I'll definitely come back to you. Thanks. Right, now, gotta go. Ghost or no ghost, gotta do some gardening. Come on. I love planting a new garden, although I did get a message from my cousin last night who said I'm a glutton for punishment because I have so many new garden beds here at the little castle. Last year I made those new beds there, which are called the paddock garden, and I am making new beds over by the stables conversion. But, you know, I think one of the things about owning an historic home is that you should always improve it and leave it in a better way than which you found it. And one of the ways I do that is through gardening, as well as spending an inordinate amount of money on roofs. Anyway, come along with me, let us go and start doing some gardening together. You may have spotted my Emma Bridgewater mug. I remember years ago, I went to visit a friend of mine called Emma, who was a nanny in London, and she was being a nanny in a very fancy house in Wandsworth, I think it was, and she served me tea in an Emma Bridgewater mug, and it really was one of the most beautiful things I'd ever seen. I grew up in not a very affluent house and all of our things were quite functional. I wouldn't say we had lots of beautiful items in the home, and I'd never seen anything quite as gorgeous as this. And at the time, I was living in a bedsit in Ladbroke Grove, trying desperately to make my way post-graduation in London and not doing very well. And I remember saying to Emma, one day I want to be successful enough that I have Emma Bridgewater mugs. And I do. I'm not a collector, but I absolutely adore my Emma Bridgewater. I've got some real favourites, and if you'd like me to share my favourites with you, then let me know. Drop a comment below and I will definitely share my favourite mugs. And I've got some lovely vases and some bowls. So do you like Emma Bridgewater? And my American friends, can you get Emma Bridgewater in the States? I remember when I was in New York, I didn't see it. I used to live there, and I lived in Dallas for a while as well, but I never saw Emma Bridgewater. And honestly, I can't imagine life without her. Oh, nothing better than a cup of tea and a bit of gardening. Come on, I've got work to do. I can't stand around chatting all day. I've never felt more like Monty Don in my life. Now, I love, as I said, I love creating new gardens. But one of the challenges is that you never really know what the soil is like. Now, I'm not massively like a chemistry type gardener. I don't go and do pH, although I probably should. Do you? Do you go and actually measure the acidity of your soil? I don't. But I have noticed that this new bedding here, even though I had put tons of topsoil down from a local farm, can you see it's very, very stony, lots of really nasty foreign bits. So I think this is going to be a bit of a challenge over the years, but I'm up for a challenge. I don't mind a challenge in the least. Now I've got a couple of, what have I got here? I've got Digitatus. Oh my God, look at them, aren't they gorgeous? Look at that. And then I also have Perillinium collection. Ooh, I don't know what they, Pulminium, Bambino Blue. I'm not very good with plant names, but these are going to be lovely here. And then, oh, look at these, some more gorgeous things. I want to plant them, but I think where I'm planting here is very near the hedge. So there is quite a lot of roots underneath. So I'm going to put just a little bit of extra topsoil on here just to make sure that there is something decent for my lovely plants to go into. So I went yesterday to my local garden centre, and I got myself some soil, which is brilliant. Some topsoil, and I'm literally going to be just spreading it out here. It's kind of cheating a little bit, I think, really, because what I'm doing is I'm planting kind of on top of topsoil that's on top of topsoil. Who knows if it'll work, but you know what? I'll give most things a try. If you know me by now, you know I like William Morris. And look what I've got, a William Morris trowel. I feel like an arts and craft lady in her garden, and you know, I think the monocle slightly suits me, don't you? Come on, let's plant some flowers. I am not sure that this camera is completely straight, but then I'm not completely straight either, so it doesn't really matter. So these are fairly high, tall plants. So I'm planting them at the back of the border. Take them out of their pot. I always give their roots a bit of an unmatting. And then I'm simply going to pop them in the ground. I need to make sure I give them a good soak. I found over the years that it works best if I plant things in clusters of 3. It just somehow looks prettier in the garden. So I have started planting. I have a whole load more of topsoil and a whole load more of plants to plant. But for now, I just want to say thank you so much for joining me here. I particularly want to say thank you to the members. If you would like to join as a member, you can join. There's a little members tab. You can either have turret or castle membership and pay a monthly fee. And you get lots of perks, including behind the scenes videos, videos that no one else sees. I've just uploaded one this morning of me filming this and giving a behind the scenes. You get a welcome video, and also you get the opportunity to email or to DM me, and we can have a little chat. So if you're interested in membership, it really helps support me here and make these videos, keeps me in plants. And seriously though, I do also need to get the roof of the turret fixed this summer, so any contributions are gratefully received. But if you want to become a member, please do. And thank you so much. My lovely members are coming up on the screen now, and thank you to them. But thank you to everyone who's taken time out of their day to watch my video today. I do love sharing my little adventures from my castle in Wales. Next week, I'm going up to Thoresby Hall, which is an Elizabethan manor house in Nottingham, and I'll be sharing that with you. But for now, from Wales, wherever you are and whoever you love, I wish you well, I wish you joy, and thank you for joining me. Have a great week. Bye.